Welcome to the Mama Needs a Moment podcast, and a special welcome to our Her Plus expert providers that are joining us for today's roundtable conversation on what is really happening to mom's skin. We're going to be talking about things such as sleep, stress, hormones, all the different things that affect skin throughout our lives. Many moms notice changes like melasma, breakouts, dryness, or sensitivity during different stages of motherhood. In our next several episodes, we're exploring how factors like hormones, stress, sleep deprivation, and perimenopause can affect our skin and which treatments and routines actually make a difference. Before we begin, we'll have each of our experts briefly introduce themselves and share their area of focus. And a quick reminder that our podcast episodes are also available in video format on our YouTube channel.
Good morning. Good afternoon. I'm Abby DeVries. I'm a family medicine physician and a certified menopause practitioner here in Durham. I have a practice that's specifically devoted to women in midlife and so deal with lots of issues, including a lot of skin and hair issues as well. So nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
I'm Stephanie Opper. I am a licensed esthetician and the owner of a skin spa, Sensational Aesthetics in Wake Forest. I've been practicing for 10 years. I work with moms, women, older women, men and teens as well. And I see this all of the time. So I'm glad to be here.
I'm Kate Lehman. I'm a nurse practitioner and certified nurse midwife. And I have been working in the community for about 15 years, attending births and taking care of moms. Recently, I opened up my own practice to focus on some of the areas that I felt were most overlooked in women's healthcare: early pregnancy, the first postpartum year, and perimenopause. They all have a lot of hormonal changes and a lot of big lifestyle changes. So that has become my area of focus.
Farzaneh Rezai. I am a scientist. I'm a microbial formulation scientist, mom to two teenagers. I post-graduation, once I received my PhD, for about 2 decades, I have worked in various different industry where the focus has been the microbiome of whatever that environment was, whether it's soil microbiome, animal gut microbiome. And a few years ago, I started my own startup, which now I'm focusing on, in general, human microbiome. And my interest is skin microbiome. And learning from a skin microbiome, my background basically and my expertise is how to develop the biological product that actually helps that microbiome. Now, I have products that developed and launched last year. They are living probiotic-based skincare that focus on your microbiome. Really great to be here. Thanks.
Thank you for having me. I'm impressed with this amazing group of women who's so smart. I have been a board-certified dermatologist for about almost 20 years now. I used to work in academic medicine initially and opened up my own practice here in Cary about almost 4 years ago now, and just wanted to offer more of a boutique-style approach, more customized to the patient, something where we could really offer what we wanted to our patients. And we see a wide range from little kids to older adults, skin cancers to cosmetics, and just really enjoy the work. And I love this group because one of the things that kind of I'm very passionate about is being that village for women. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for having me here. So my name is Tiffany Webb. I am a licensed esthetician of 15 years now. And so in my journey in this industry, I have worked with, all different types of skin types, both men and women. I currently teach part-time at the Aveda Institute. And then I also have my own skincare studio, Stillness and Skin, and where there I focus mainly with working with women who are aging and in that kind of hormonal flux of perimenopause, menopausal skincare, but things that happen hormonally when you're pregnant that can also kind of throw a little bit of a kink in our typical skincare routines. So I'm just, again, happy to be here, super excited to chat with all these amazing women.
We've been discussing a lot of skincare products, but there's also a lot of marketing out there in regard to skincare tools. So things like Gua Sha, red light therapy, microcurrent, face yoga, fascia release. That's a lot of stuff that we're still getting marketing to. And I have to say, I have fallen into the category where I have purchased things and I'm up in my bathroom using my Gua Sha on my face every single night, and, been drawn in by the face yoga quizzes and whatnot. So, can you talk a little bit about the benefits of doing any of those? Are they worth it? Should we invest in anything in particular?
I do a lot in my practice, a lot with facial massage, facial gua sha, and also facial cupping. I will say, as we tend to age, right, it's kind of like, think about it like working out your body, right? If you don't work those muscles, then they kind of get lax and they're not as tight and hold things up like we would want them to. So I do believe that like facial massage, that kind of facial yoga, which you can learn to do yourself. And then also gua sha can be super important because one, it's going to move lymph fluid. That's another thing. I think most people don't typically, when they do gua sha, they don't necessarily activate the lymph nodes in their body, right? So you have lymph nodes right around here in the collarbone. You also have lymph nodes under your underarm. So you want to make sure that you're activating those so that when you are doing gua sha and you're moving this fluid, right, that we're bringing it to the lymph nodes to be flushed out. Otherwise, you can see like progress where it looks really nice, maybe for a couple of hours, and then that fluid kind of will come back. Or even as you move things, you may even realize, like I've had a few clients who say like, oh, I feel like I got sick. I feel like I broke out, and that's kind of where now I talk to my clients like, okay, if we're going to do gua sha, let's make sure we're activating these nodes and we're constantly, every movement then is bringing that fluid down to these nodes to be flushed, okay, and drinking a lot of water. But yes, manipulating the muscles in the face. I know like microcurrent has come really, really big. And again, this is a similar thing where if you're not wanting to purchase a machine, because again, some of them can get really pricey, and then also just understanding like the different facial muscles, and I don't want to like look lopsided, right? So then you want to then doing that facial yoga can be beneficial. But again, I think there's a lot of, I would say like finding someone who you trust to kind of like guide you on that, because there is like a lot of marketing. Everyone has a program, everyone has a thing. And so you want to make sure that you're getting the information and that you have someone who can guide you and make it make sense for you, so that you're not taking like, as a mom, if I got 15 minutes to myself and I'm going to do something like some facial yoga, that it's actually working and I'm not like working against myself. Right. So I think that's it. It can be. Another one is red light. I will say again, you want to make sure that you're doing your research on purchasing a red light and make sure that there is some testing that this is actually not just a pretty light. Because again, like, there are some of the face masks that you can purchase, and a lot of times they are kind of like the upwards of sometimes like $150+ right? And the thing is that you could spend all that money and you have just pretty lights, or even if you're kind of like, well, I found one on Amazon, but again, it's not penetrating. It's just lights. So again, we want to be making sure we're checking in on the efficacy and the testing that went into these red lights before we spend our money.
I love that, the red light, because we joke that make sure you're not putting Christmas lights on your face. They would look pretty, but I would say, to add to what you're saying, the only thing that I would be cautious of, the home rollers, the dermaplane blades in the store, anything that creates inflammation and damage to your skin, don't go for those. You're not sanitizing them properly, or maybe you are, I don't know. They're not being thrown away. They can cause more harm than good, those types of things. Cold globes, fine. You can't really harm yourself with a cold globe. And cold is always great. Rub it on your face. The gua shas, At home can be very good if you know how to use it. I am always thinking lymphatic is always going to be great for your skin and your body and that detox. But if done wrong, I do fear that you could also open doors to other issues. So be cautious with that. Microcurrent is great. Microcurrent is a great alternative option for clients that don't want to do other things like injections. So microcurrent it's working out the muscles in your face. And they do have the home devices, but you're going to have to spend a little bit more money to get something that really is doing the job. So you have to measure that return and see, maybe it's more beneficial just to go see an esthetician and have them do it real quick than to purchase a device that you're not going to get the full benefits from. So
I want to say something that it's controversial, but then I'm going to have a simple suggestion. I have 2 kids, 2 teenagers. I'm running a business. I am a wife. I make food at home almost every single day. At the end of the day, when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm on my toilet floor and doing it. That's it. I want to just get ready, go to bed. And we are living in this time that we are being told we need to measure everything, from how many glass of water that you have, to your protein, to your steps, this is just too much. And I have, in a way, a simple recipe. If I get overwhelmed by what is the new thing, the new device, Stephanie and Tiffany, you're so smart. You mentioned a bunch of things that I'm like, I have no clue what they are. And if that stresses me, I put it aside. I was like, do I need to know it? Do I need to have a cosmetic chemist degree to know what a skincare routine I need to have, what I need to put before or after that one? And if that's the case, no, I'm not going to do it. And just make your life so simple. The analogy that I have for a skincare, and it goes to everything else that I try, like especially in my late 40s, just make my life simple and simple and simple, is when it comes to a skincare, for instance, I look at the skincare like brushing my teeth. 1 toothpaste 2 times per day. Of course, I keep my skin clean. Everybody keeps their skin clean different ways. Some people use cleanser, some people they just use water. And exactly like my skin, my like teeth, that I see my dental hygiene regularly, I see my esthetician regularly. Those are my dental hygiene equivalent. So I use a simple 1-step product and try to go and then, like get the massage, something that I don't need to think about it because they know what they are doing. I don't. And I really don't want to know. I don't want to learn all of these things like that. Okay, so you're going to massage my face. As long as they don't use any harsh chemical on my face, you want to massage it. You want to, like anything that is like a physical, moving the lymph node and all of these jazz. I'm like, do it. And make my life simple. So again, make your life simple. Your skin is not a separate entity. Whatever you feel, you eat. Your best skincare is what you put in your gut, actually. These are all connected and related. And when you feel overwhelmed, simplify it and let others take care of things for you.
I love it. So the most powerful message from this is to see the professionals. They know what they're doing. Don't try to do a lot of these things at home. Thank you very much for that. I think that's a very important conversation to have because, again, so much marketing coming at us, so many new products and treatment options, and it can be very overwhelming. So thank you for that conversation. I think it was very helpful. Thank you so much to all of our expert providers. We covered a lot of different avenues and aspects of skincare and hormones and stress and sleep, and beauty sleep is one that is stuck in my head from this. So we really appreciate you. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel if you'd like to see the video and all these beautiful faces as we talk about these wonderful topics. And you can always check out herhealthcollective.com and our directory to find these providers and learn more about them and their practice.